to another edition of the Empower Hour. I am Altumar.
And I am Hanifa.
And we do this each and every Wednesday from 2 to 3 p.m. where we come to you with impactful topics of discussion that affect our everyday lives. Today, it's going to be no different. In the studio with us, we have a super duper special guest, Brother Demetrius.
How y'all doing? Is it working on?
He is here.
Yes.
He is here to talk to us about intimacy. Intimacy in relationships.
Yeah, because mine.
Welcome.
Welcome back. Again.
We've been having some technical difficulties, family.
Yes.
It's been rough.
It's one of those
We're
days
going to get
today.
through this one, though. We definitely going to get through this one. Demetrius, talk to us about why you think you're such a good candidate for this particular show.
Well, I just have an opinion. I mean, well, I think because I taught a lot about the relationships and things that I've been through as far as relationships. I talk to a lot of women about relationships. So I think that's what makes me a good candidate to come in here and have a pretty sound opinion about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're in.
Yeah, we're in. We appreciate you joining us again for the third time on the Empower Hour. And so we're going to talk again about intimacy. How important you think is intimacy in relationships?
I mean, it's definitely important. I mean, for men, including myself, I can be intimate about certain things, but when it comes to other things, I can pull back. But I think that if you could reach the level with a woman where you can be completely intimate on all levels, I think it'd be a beautiful thing. I might have to be sorry.
It's not coming up yet.
So you had mentioned you had mentioned that intimacy, it doesn't necessarily have to involve sex.
Sex, right?
Give us some examples.
Yeah. So spiritually, financially, and I mentioned even your health medically. You know what I'm saying? Of course, if everybody is extremely protective over their money because it's hard to replace money. So if you reach the level where you can be right, if you can reach the level where you can be intimate financially with a person, with everything, I think that's beautiful. You know, that means you trust them with everything. You know.
Give us the example again of the health.
Oh, so the example that I used was I was seeing a young lady and we were out. We had went to the gym. And I had just met her, so we didn't know each other a long time for her to have to share this information. So we was out, and she told me she needed to go back to my house to get some medication. I was like, what's going on? And she was like, I'm about to have an anxiety attack. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I took her back to the house, and she, took the medication. However, if that scenario didn't present itself, she probably wouldn't have told me because I didn't know her that well for her to reveal something like that medically. And like I was saying, people who probably known her longer than I had known her at that time probably didn't even know that she was taking medication for anxiety.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is a good example of being intimate
even though we didn't know
right without sex being involved.
And because see, sometimes you can be like some people might say, well, can you be intimate like with a one night stand? It depends on how connected you get with the person. So with that situation, even though we didn't know each other long, it was a situation where it forced us to have to deal with an issue that you probably normally wouldn't tell anybody or wouldn't tell anybody until later on. And it just forced that. It was a forced situation, but of course it was cool.
So intimacy is like sharing. Are you saying intimacy is like sharing of yourself as far as personal information about you that won't otherwise, you know what I'm saying? That you won't just freely share.
Right, and when you share that information, I feel like you connect with that person on a deeper level because usually certain things you don't share with everybody. Even though you may have shared it with quite a few people, but you don't share it everybody. Don't share it like your name. You know what I'm saying? But with people that you always, I think, save something Because people always say, I'm not going to do that, you're not my husband. I'm not going to do that, you're not my wife. So we always share a little something. Or even if you've been, say you've been married before. You know what I'm saying? Who you was when you got married to this guy is not probably who you're going to be married to this guy. So the level of intimacy can always get deeper. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Interesting stuff.
So you mentioned like, so sex is a form of intimacy?
Absolutely.
Sex in general? Or there's a certain type of sex? So you're
I
saying
think-
you can meet someone
Yes.
and have sex with them and that's still a form of intimacy?
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I think it's more so the connection. You know what I'm saying? I think if you connect with that person,
What type of connection? Like, ooh, the sex was good connection?
it could be where you at
Okay.
in life. You know what I'm saying? It could be marijuana involved. It could be different variations that could make that moment
Feel deep.
feel
Mhm.
deeper than
Probably really is.
really is, or it could be. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like if you meet somebody on vacation, which I've met people on vacation, but I'm not gonna say it was always deep, but no, you can meet somebody on on an island or somewhere, like in the movies or
Yeah.
whatever, and you could have that connection for the moment. Now,
Yeah.
will you be able to carry that on outside of that? I don't know.
Well, that's an interesting concept then, because if you are that way in that moment, but aren't able to carry that on,
Right.
is that true intimacy?
For that moment with that person.
Yeah, I was.
It's just for that moment for that person. That's all I'm saying. Now, we're saying the different levels.
No, I was gonna
Okay.
say. I mean, it could be you could, like he just explained. You could be on vacation, right? And let's say you have something here in Maryland, right? You have a relationship, and I'm not advocating this, people, but I'm just being real because it can happen. I believe that people can connect with more than one person, as far as like that whole idea around monogamy being like you could only love one person at a time. Yeah, it's spinning. Let's see. What I was saying. Oh, so you just specify it from a one particular angle. So I guess what I'm asking is, do you think, what came to my mind is that women, we're a little bit more free with sharing. We share a little more easier than men. So I thought like, are you saying that when men share with you, that's a deeper sense of intimacy versus when women share with men?
Okay, so, all right. So, when men share, it can be because we don't share as much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Women kind of can hold back their sharing as well because they don't have to necessarily share.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, so it can be a little complex.
So two people entering in a relationship, and they both are digging each other.
Right.
They both want more,
One more.
than just platonic.
Mhm.
But they both are holding out
Right.
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Trust.
Right. So how then does these barriers, I mean, how do they connect if that's the case?
And they really like each other?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, they're going to either have to, at the same time, find a common ground, or someone's going to have to break the ice, and usually it's going to have to be that man. It's going whoever likes the person, whoever likes, because I can't see two people liking each other evenly, and then that not happen.
Right.
And now, if one person, whoever likes the other person more, is
Yeah.
going to have to be the one that kind of breaks that
How do
barrier.
you know who likes you more though?
You can kind
Who's
of tell.
measuring this?
Men can tell.
Oh, okay.
We have to be able to know.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta
Okay.
be able to know.
So it's like. well,
You guys need have to know too, though.
No, I'm just saying. But so you're in a relationship with someone and it's like, well, you know.
It's kind of like
We know that
like
you
It's
that
kinda-
you like me more
it's,
anyway.
no, but it's
I
kind
like
no
your
one.
90%.
Right.
No one necessarily says that, but it's kind of like who says. It's like who tells who they
I
love
love you.
each other first. It's
That's
that
not
whole-
a determined. No way.
No, it's kind of like that though. It's kind of like.
That could be a sign.
No, no. It's like it's an example of who likes who better. You know what I mean? Like
is the person that's giving more, is it the person that's kind of giving more of themselves to the relationship is how we determine that might be the person that is a little bit more invested.
Absolutely.
When you say giving more,
Emotionally.
what?
More, giving more of their time, they make the effort.
Yeah.
That other person might be busy all the time, or they might be the one that always initiates stuff,
Right.
always trying to do nice things for the other person,
Right.
and the person is not reciprocated in the
Right.
same capacity.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And so, because I think, I don't know, I say these days because, all I know is these days. I don't, haven't had any experience with yesteryears in relationships. But, I'm wondering if this has anything at all to do with so much of our relationships not being able to withstand. Sustain, 8 out of 10 marriages fail.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We seem to break up more than we stay together. Do you think that has anything to do with neither party really trusting the other, and the intimacy part of it can't really be established, can't really grow and bloom?
I could see that. It depends on when you got married. If you got married a little older. That could have some issues with it. It just depends, but yeah, I would say for the most part, the deeper you get with a person, it's harder to separate. So
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are definitely holding back, especially if you get married a little older and you have kind of lived. I mean, you've had children, you bought the house. But and I've dated women that had all those things. You just have to, I feel like you have to constantly find another level to connect with an individual, no matter what age you are. And you have to be able to find that, but they also have to be open to share that with you.
But that could be a catch-22 too about the scenario of the older you are, because I would think that if you are older and attempting to find love, then you have a lot more. You've been through the storm a lot. So
Right.
your trust level is not, you know what I'm saying, you're probably more or less likely to trust or to accept things that somebody else who hasn't been through a lot.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that could be a catch-22.
It could, but if you could, so with a person like that, they have a lot of experience. They're going to be more guarded. However, you're just gonna. I think you might have to connect with. You might have to connect with them on a level that a man has never connected with them before, and you have to find that, because if they've been married, they've had children, they've done the church thing, they've done the vegan thing, they've done this, they've done that. So it's kind of like they're looking for whatever they didn't get at that, in life, at that point in their life, and if you can connect doing that, but they have to be honest about where they are with that. You know what I'm saying? And be willing to, allow a man or a woman to, connect with them on that level.
Okay, you mind if we get personal with you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so because I don't think you're in a relationship right now. Okay, so how is it for you in finding love as far as intimacy is concerned? Like, do you have an issue with?
I mean, I got like I said, y'all been on the show, y'all should know my business by now, but nah, I mean, I'm just a little guarded when it comes to all that, you know what I'm saying? Maybe even a little jaded, like a girl told me last night, but, and other women told me that too, but, just a little guarded, in a sense, so intimacy doesn't, it comes to me in different forms, you know what I mean, just connecting with a person, just on a conversation level. It's cool with me, you know what I mean? It definitely don't have to be sex. It could be just conversation, and I know a lot of women and a lot of women that I have dated in the past, and we cool now. So because we have that history, we can connect on a deeper level, because it's not about sex anymore. It is about just genuinely getting to know a person.
So what has been the scenario for you as to why you
I'm that way.
aren't settled with,
I thought this was, I didn't know this was.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to ask you.
Nah, I'm just messing with you.
I'm trying to find
I it's just
It's a setup.
No, it's not. I promise.
nah, it's just just going through relationships.
I mean, do you recognize a pattern in
Oh,
women that forces you to hold back?
It's me. I never blame anyone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh,
that-
really?
just-
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, I've never heard that one
Self-aware.
before.
Yeah,
Right.
I never. I mean, I could have been married plenty of times, but I would say it's me more so than anything.
Why?
Look at you with your little
We supposed to be
privileged
talking about
self.
intimacy.
I
We
mean,
supposed to
I
be
could have been
talking
married
about
like
intimacy.
today at 12 p.m.
No,
I could have
I'm
been
not
married.
saying it like that. I'm just saying
If you wanted
I'm
to.
alright.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. So,
I
I'm not
asked
saying.
you told me yes. Now
Yeah.
tell me if
I have a question. I'm gonna take it off of you.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. I,
So my one question is, so is lack of intimacy, do you think it's a deal breaker?
It depends on how close you let that person get to you before you found out that they just not going to give you that part of that.
No, what if like it's years later? Like you were just saying, people sometimes are invested, and then it's like, okay, would it?
It depends. Well, years later, you invested now, but that woman in particular will go seek that from somebody else. Now, will it be sexual? I don't know, but she definitely gonna go seek that from
Why you
somebody
say
else.
that?
Because all women want everything to be perfect. So if she can't get that quote unquote perfect situation, she gonna go put that thing together. I'm gonna go get this
Get the
from him,
pieces.
and I'm gonna get this from you, and put it together.
I don't disagree with you on that, but I also think I mean, and I hate to do this in these type of conversations specifically because you're just talking about women.
Mhm.
But since this is a pretty general conversation, do you feel like men would do the same thing too? Because sometimes we have the conversations around like if a man cheats, it's sort of like, okay, well, what was your contribution to
Right.
that as a woman?
Well, okay, so if a man is with a woman that he's expressing himself on a intimate level and she's not fulfilling him,
Mhm.
that's kind of dangerous because she might be looking at you like a what, like why you all in your feelings, like all this intimacy stuff. So you with a woman that is not even in touch with being in touch with you, yeah, he's definitely gonna go seek that out too. You know what I mean? And it probably will turn sexual or whatever. But yeah, so I think it goes both ways.
Yeah, I got what you said as far as us looking for perfection. It's almost like we expect everything that we desire to come in that
In
one
one person.
package.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Is that even like reasonable? Like, is that?
I think it's. I don't.
I mean, is it?
I
is it
understand
fair?
It's not fair, of course, but I understand because women strive to be perfect through college, through waiting to get married, through sitting around and playing with Barbie dolls, and you want my hair to be this way,
Right.
I'm in the mirror for an hour getting ready. So women constantly strive for perfection in different ways. So it's going to show up in your relationship with a man, especially if you really know what you want, not saying what you want, but you really know what you want.
You know what I thought about the other day? I thought about us as women, right? And how oftentimes when we get in relationships with people, like they could be a certain way, and we spend most of the years with that person trying to shape them into who we want them to be, and not trying to figure out how to work with who they are
Right.
at that given moment. And I was thinking, is that like just a wiring thing? Because we're nurturers naturally, you know what I'm saying, and creators and all of
Well-
it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but I just thought about that, like, or is it that we just have this way about us that's just not?
I think is when you see a man and he has most of the things you want, you just like, if I could just shape him into, if I could just
That
get him,
perfection
yeah,
thing
if I
you
could
talked
just
about.
make him taller. Can you make him shake him upside down and get taller? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna put potions in his food, make him taller, but whatever he's missing, you're gonna try to put that in him. If it's something that can be changed, because you can't
Yeah,
make a
yeah,
guy
yeah.
taller, you can't make his penis bigger, but
Yeah.
the things that you can change,
Yeah.
you will try because he has everything else.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like
yeah.
he's 6'3", he's good looking, but he cannot read, so I can teach him to read. And matter of
Yeah.
fact, what he does for a living, it doesn't require him to read, and et cetera, et cetera.
Does that help? I mean, is that a good thing to do? Would you
Um,
recommend that for women to do?
depending on what it is you're trying to fix about him.
Okay.
Depending on what it, if he can't read, yeah, especially if he's honest about it. You know what I'm saying? So something like that, I know that people might think that's an extreme, but something like that, yeah. But if it's something like maybe, I don't know, his issues with his mother or somebody like that, like the issues I have with my mother, I don't know.
But as do most women though always come from a place of wanting him to be better though? I mean, I think that
you put that.
some women get a bad rep. Like, you trying to change me, you trying to fix me, but really and truthfully, isn't it that most women who are healthy, mentally and spiritually, if they are or they do have a gripe and they continue with it, isn't it really like they just want the man to be a better man?
Yeah, they want the man to be a better man for them. So you want what you want what you want. You want that man. You want to be able to come home to that one man and get everything
And be
you
able to
want
tolerate
from
it,
that
yeah.
one man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
That makes sense.
women are going to always want that from a man, and men are always going to complain that they can't be all of that.
Yeah, I hear the men will say we nagging,
Right.
but really it's like when
But
you look at the things that the woman has requested.
Yes. It's not big. It's just dudes don't really take the initiative to, because we get complacent. You know what I'm saying? We don't take the initiative to, like, intimacy, for example. Now, a man may be intimate in the bedroom, but he won't take that same intimacy outside of the bedroom.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? So you may be passionate and romantic in the bedroom, but you won't hold your lady's hand in public or kiss her in public. You want to say, or show her any public affection, but in the bedroom, it's like, you're all over her, of course. You know what I'm saying?
So don't that just boil down to, like, if you're going to be in a relationship, and I feel like it's like a commitment to getting to know that person, because relationships is compromise,
Right.
period.
Yeah.
So if you go into a relationship, you need to know what that person likes are and dislikes. You need to know what their needs are. And I feel like you have a duty
Absolutely.
to that person
Yeah.
to make sure that you are in both directions, by the way. You know what I mean? Not one person pulling and the other one just taking, the other one just taking and not giving. So I feel like even if we want what we want, as long as we articulate that respectfully,
Absolutely.
right? Don't you think it's on the other person to try to at least meet that?
Yes, if they really want to be with you.
Gotcha.
Because see, a lot of people are with people because they like something about the person, but not necessarily everything or want it long term. So you're talking to a man that doesn't want anything long term with you, and you're trying to get him to think, on this broad level of compromise. He like, compromise? I'm just trying to be here. You talking crazy,
I'm just chilling.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. But you don't know that.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't told you that. So
Right.
you're trying to do all these, future things with a guy that's not even thinking like
So like you said from the beginning, intimacy starts with honesty.
that. Intimacy starts with honesty.
Yeah.
And honesty starts with communication. Because
Absolutely.
I'm hearing you, and you're saying like, if y'all not even communicating with
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I mean, phone. I
On the
mean,
same level.
having a conversation on the phone to me is intimate. You know what I'm saying? Especially, because it's not any distractions. Just you two on the phone and you're going back and forth. I think that's intimate. And I don't know how much people are on the phone versus are in each other's face. Or if you are in each other's face, maybe you just need to sit by the park or something and just be one-on-one. You know what I mean? With no distractions like it would be at home. Of course, not checking the phone and things like that.
Do you think in this sex-obsessed culture, we need to really explore the other ways of being intimacy, like more,
Yeah, I mean,
before we even get to?
well, I
Because
mean,
the
like,
sex part is easy. The
Right.
other stuff is what sounds
well,
challenging.
like Neely Fuller Jr. say, you should have 150 plus questions that you ask the woman and she asks you, and before sex. So it's no, I didn't know that you was this. I didn't know that this was going. I didn't know. Because that's usually what happens after sex. You find out all these things that was going on.
After the fact.
After the fact. So, should we explore intimacy? Yeah, we should. I'm cool with that. That's why, like, a woman could never threaten me with just being cool or taking our time. You can't threaten me with that because I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's no, when we decide to have sex or whatever, it's no, you didn't know. It's no tricks. It's no games. You understand what I'm saying? As well as being friends.
Right.
You know.
I heard somebody say, they say if you don't speak about sex during the courtship part of your relationship, then there's going to be a lapse of intimacy somewhere when you do decide to go down that road.
I think you should have discussion. Yeah, I think, but
About
it needs to
sex?
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be on a. It needs to be again on an intimate level. It needs to
Right.
be.
So it's like if you're not even talking about the act of sex prior to it,
Right.
then they saying it's
Well, I'll say this.
Give me some examples of
I'll
that.
say this.
You digging somebody and for y'all on the phone and
What
y'all.
you saying?
Wait, let me say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this because I try to stay away from that on the phone unless I'm in a joking type of. Unless I'm joking because I got friends that I say the most explicit thing
Okay.
just to be comical.
Right.
But I think the connection sexually comes from being around each other. I think that I don't think that necessarily comes from talking because that's all it is talking. But the way a man touches you,
Right.
the way a man holds you, the way a man kisses you. I mean, come on, can we kiss? Do we really kiss anymore? Do we do we even?
Well,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you women, like you can look
I'm
at.
sorry, all that swapping of saliva.
You see what I'm saying? Like that used to be.
I'm serious. The swapping of saliva.
But that
is
used
just
to
like,
be-
ew.
But that
Well,
used to
bodily
be the
fluids
thing.
is a different thing. That's saliva.
You know what I'm
thing.
saying?
It's a whole nother-
That's what I'm
saying.
saying. But that's a level of intimacy
It is a
that
level,
we
and there are
haven't.
some people, if you can't kiss, I know
Right.
people that's a deal breaker.
Deal
for
breaker,
them.
right?
Yeah,
right.
because they're
So-
big on it.
So connecting that way before sex tells a lot.
Okay.
From and women look, see if a man got a bulge and all that. You can't tell if a man got a bulge just on the phone talking.
What about long
Sweatband
distance
season.
though? What about
What
long
about it?
distance relationships though? Where you know what I'm saying?
Well, then
On the phone with-
you're connecting again, just having a conversation. Can you really connect sexually over the phone to that degree?
Yes,
Yes.
I think so. They have video
Yes.
chat now and everything.
Yeah, but is it
you can hold your
a
phone up,
connection?
point it down at your thigh.
But are you connecting though?
I'm just saying, it's a real thing. Okay.
But are you connecting though?
Yes, the answer is yes. You think that connection have to be skin to skin?
No, but I'm saying I think over the phone the connection will be more so you having a conversation to get to know each other mentally as far as you can go. Now to do a video situation, I don't really see the connection with that.
So you don't think two people
Maybe
can fall
after
in
you
love?
have had sex, that could be cool.
You don't
but-
think two people can fall head over heels in love with each other in two different states just by communicating?
Well, that's a different.
Yeah, but we're talking about connecting sexually through video chat.
Yes, you can, because the reason why I say that is because the mind is a powerful thing.
Yes, it
There's
is.
a ton of people out there that's addicted to porn.
Yes.
And when they try to become intimate with someone there, they can't get an erection because they're thinking about Susan and the porn video. That's a connection.
That's different though.
No.
That's different.
Okay.
That's a little different.
That's a sexual connection because if you get an erection every time you think about
Because see on
Susan and her thumb, that's a connection.
I've watched porn. That's a different connection. You know why?
Why?
Because when I'm over, I don't gotta talk to you no more. I just click off. Bloop. But I gotta keep talking to you.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So I mean I know what you're saying,
Yeah.
but comparing those two I think are different.
Okay.
Because watching porn, that's just a right quick thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But connecting with your lady through video chat is different than porn. That's your actual lady.
My question about the conversation where I'm gonna go back to this where you and Alkema was just talking about where you have discussions about its physical intimacy,
Mhm.
right? You should have this. I'm like, what does that conversation sound like? Because in my mind, I'm like, why are we talking about this if we don't even intend to do anything
Okay,
right now?
let me say what it consists of. I like a man that, as a woman, me, I'm speaking from a woman's perspective, because I don't want nobody getting confused. But as a woman, I like a man that he scaves down, he cuts himself, he's bald down there, he shaves.
Okay.
And is, and a man may say that to you. So now you are exploring the things that you like about each other, that you prefer.
Okay.
Sexual, and it can go from different levels, from there. I mean, I like for a woman to take a shower. I like sex that way. I know it's very controlled, and it's not being spontaneous, but you gotta get in the shower. And I want not you was in the shower before you got it. It's hot outside. I want you in the shower at my house. You know what I'm saying? Not that I don't trust you, but I'm just saying. I mean,
with your soap.
No, she can not. I use black soap, so they may not dig my soap.
Don't be throwing off no pH, no pH
They
things up
may
in
not.
there.
They may not like my soap.
Even beyond that, there can be like intimacy, like a phone sex with somebody that you have never been physical with.
He said yeah, that's what I was saying. But he said
no, you can't have phone sex, yeah. But are you really connected?
Yes.
Are you connected?
Yes, because of the mind. Why aren't you?
So basically,
maybe it's different.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so
it's different for women.
Maybe, and maybe I'm just not seeing this, but because it's kind of like if you caught me having phone sex with somebody else, would they be phone sex cheating or something like that?
I was gonna ask you that. So
That's a good
Demetrius,
question.
no, what about the men? Like, if you're in a relationship with a woman, I'm gonna put this on you too, so you can understand where I'm coming from.
Okay.
If you're in a relationship with a woman and she said, baby D, whenever we're together, I'm sorry, but I keep thinking of Jerome.
Okay.
And maybe she and Jerome have been intimate in the past.
Okay.
And they're still in communication.
Okay.
If she says that to you,
Yeah.
you are going to feel away. Why would you feel away if it's not the same?
I wouldn't feel away.
Really?
No. I
You
wouldn't feel away.
You really digging this girl?
Nah, because I want you. First of all, I already know you're thinking about somebody else. Anyway.
How do
No,
you know?
because nobody is. You're not giving nobody else. You've had so much of a past. You're not thinking about me. As long as you remember my name when we have sex, that's all you really focusing on.
So what she called you,
What if
Jerome?
a girl?
Doing sex?
Yes.
But that's
because
something.
she thinking about Jerome.
Okay, I thought you were saying we was sitting and talking.
Yeah, no, she told you, and then maybe I'm adding.
Or you're saying when we having
Yeah,
sex? Which one is it?
Both. She told
Well,
you.
if we-
Say that. Don't bother you if she tells you.
Okay,
But
okay.
if she calls you Jerome during
Doing sex, that's something different.
Why? Because she only been talking to Jerome on the phone. They haven't even had
Well,
sex.
it depends on what our relationship is.
Okay.
Now, if I'm just hitting it, then you call me Jerome.
I'll be Jerome.
I'll be
Okay.
Jerome.
Oh my God.
But if we in a real relationship, that's gonna be a problem.
Okay.
We gotta have a conversation.
Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Go ahead, Uncle Ma, sorry.
Okay, I have this written down. I don't even know if it relates to intimacy or not, but I heard sex addicts fear abandonment. Again, sex addicts fear abandonment.
I wouldn't say that I'm not a sex addict, and I question sex addicts, that whole concept anyway.
Why?
Because in order to be an addict, you have to get it in an addict way, like a drug addict.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So how you getting sex in an addict type of way unless you a celebrity? You know what I'm saying? Or you have a lot of money. Because outside of that, you got to spend a lot of time running the table with women to get to the point where you have become an addict. Now, you be addict to porn because it's just a press of a button, but addict to sex, when you're actually having sex with the live woman,
That's too much.
I don't know. I'm not saying it doesn't exist because I don't want to, shame anybody or, discredit anybody saying they have an actual addiction, but I always have questioned that.
Wouldn't it start in the mind though? Wouldn't it if it's like all you do all day long?
It starts in the
about
mind.
sex?
It starts at a young age, but then you can think about it, but you have to actually produce it. So I would have to look at where you live at. All that plays a part. Because if you live in a place that get cold, where are the women at? Where you meeting these women at? Where you could just randomly have sex on a consistent basis.
So what if you're like word. What they use when you do it to yourself? Help me out.
Like masturbate?
Yes.
Okay.
When,
You can be addicted to that.
What in that form of sex?
Okay, then yeah.
Like if you like masturbating
Absolutely.
for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Right. I've
and
done that
having sex
before.
with a woman, thinking
Yeah.
about it all the
Absolutely.
time.
That too.
That
Yeah.
could be a form of addiction.
Absolutely. Yeah,
It
definitely.
is.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to seek anyone else. When I'm talking about with another individual, especially as a man, now a woman can do it, but I don't know how a man can do that.
Okay.
So is there people who is it possible to be in a relationship and perhaps physical intimacy is not important, man or woman? Is that possible?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, you know, it depends on again where you at in life. You know, yeah.
I think
And
it depends too on what other forms of intimacy you receive.
I was thinking children, because sometimes children can get in the way, but then I was also thinking business. Sometimes you have a husband and
Yeah.
wife business.
Yeah.
Sometimes
partnership.
that can trump,
Yeah.
you know, because the endorphins that come from making money
Getting
and
that
being
bag, yeah.
successful can kind of, you know, trump,
Mhm.
you
The
know,
physical
the physical,
sex part.
right? So, because when we get down, you know, it could be in another country or another state when we, you know, every 3 months or something. We put that time aside, or once a month or whatever.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that okay, if a couple is not being intimate
Mhm.
sexually,
Hmm.
then there's got to be some other form of intimacy
If they're
going
still
on.
together?
Yeah.
It has
For
to
it
be.
to be healthy.
It has to be something that matches the testosterone that men, you know, the yin and the yang, that
Yeah.
it has to be something. It can't be church. Church is not.
How about church, Demetrius?
Well, any religion,
Oh, God.
it doesn't produce
Why did
that.
that even come up?
Well, because of things that people try to lean towards.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You saying that's like to compensate?
Yeah, to compensate.
Okay,
I don't.
okay.
I don't think you can do it.
Oh.
I don't think you
So
do it.
Jesus
religious.
is not the answer
No.
for that. Okay.
Either Allah either. No, you need something
None of them
that can.
joints.
You need something that can really, you know, intensify, you know, setting it aside.
Yeah, but then I'm thinking for
Sorry.
the
I need to-
couple though, because even those scenarios you just mentioned, the church and all that stuff, that's individuals seeking intimacy elsewhere. I'm
Right, but we
thinking
said
about
sexual.
a couple, right? No,
Right.
just not just if they're not having sex.
Is the other
How are they
thing.
receiving their intimacy together without just
Right.
being roommates? Because at that
Right.
point, if you're not together,
Yeah, I know what you were saying.
Because you said sex is the highest form. Is it the highest form of intimacy?
I would say so. I would.
I don't beg to differ
I
on that one.
would
I think
say
so.
so.
I
If
don't
you
know.
could reach that
Think
level.
about what something else that feels as good. As,
Right. I don't think it is.
I
Not
don't
even
know.
money.
I don't know.
Yeah, not even money. Because you get money to get women. I mean, men do anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, so if a man, because I feel like we're all like sexual beings, even though you say there are these people that are asexual. Or, yeah.
Mhm.
So I feel like, so in the beginning,
Mhm.
yeah. You have to, if a man enjoys a lot of sex,
Mhm.
he should let that person know that. And if a
Absolutely.
woman enjoys a lot of sex,
Absolutely.
she should let that person know
I
that as
tell,
well.
I say to women, I don't care how many men you've been with, I care about your sexual appetite. That's what's
Okay.
more important to me, your
Okay.
sex. Because you're not going to be with me and you want it this particular way, but you don't want to tell me because you want me to be your husband or you just don't want to share that side.
Oh,
You know what
you
I'm
gotta
saying?
put on the good girl
The good
facade.
girl,
Yeah,
so you
yeah,
don't
yeah.
let me know you like it ain't,
Uh-huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
That's how you like it. You know what I'm saying? And I might have said, I ain't into that.
Right.
And you like, oh damn, but I like him, but he ain't into that. So okay, I'ma just be with him, but I still have that.
Now, is that a
Desire.
problem?
That's a problem.
Why? Because you could. That's just like how you was just saying. It's like build a man. You could look and say, well, that's just one thing.
But
you have
one
all,
thing,
you have all these pros and there's one
thing,
con.
but one thing for women want everything. Why you stop? Y'all want everything.
No, but what I'm saying is like, okay, so are you saying it depends on how important that thing is to her or him, right?
Everything that a woman wants is important.
Okay, you just use the example of anal sex.
Right.
Okay, all right.
If she wants
So
it, it's important.
Let's.
She's not gonna, compromise.
Okay, but you're saying if she does and she's with you
Yes.
and you're not down with that,
Right.
she might seek it somewhere else.
She's going to seek it somewhere else.
You're so like convinced when it comes to us.
Absolutely.
You're like, oh no,
Absolutely.
she's gonna do
See,
it.
at some point, because what's going to happen is she's going to be reserved. She's going to practice restraint because she's
Yes.
being a dutiful wife. But somebody's going to trigger that. A woman at the job talking about that she's doing. She's getting
Or friends,
or
yeah.
a friend or something she see on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Or she might watch porn to see it. And it gets it going. In 10 years, she kept it reserved.
So 10 years?
Yeah, for 10 years. She
10
played
years, that's
nice.
a long time.
Yeah. And then she all of a sudden, she just like, bump it. I got to have it.
Wow.
And then when they break up, it's like, well, I told you that's what I liked 10
That's a
years
thing.
ago. 10
Yeah,
years ago,
that's
we
gonna
had
be
this
a rough one.
conversation.
Yeah, that's gonna be a rough one when the man
Yeah.
had to deal with the fact that your woman wanted that. So that means she got that somewhere else.
Wow,
That's
okay.
a rough one.
Okay. So I'm hearing that the discussion around intimacy, what's important to you needs to be on the table from the jump.
What's important needs to be on the table from jump,
Mhm.
and it's not just sex.
Right.
It's not just sex. It's a lot more ways to be intimate than just in the bedroom. And that men, if we were, like a girl used to tell me, you know, after we had sex, let me get my courtesy hug. Because it was kind of like a job to get for me to hold him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like snuggle, like
snuggle
cuddle?
afterwards,
Yeah.
right? So some men tend to have a problem with cuddling
Uh-huh.
after having
In
sex.
the
So,
summer, yeah, in the summer, definitely.
oh, okay, I didn't know.
It's hot.
Yeah, I don't really.
It's too hot for us.
I don't do it
Just
no
saying.
time.
I'm
However,
trying to wrap my head around
right,
all this.
right. However, I'm saying that the things that a man will do behind closed doors,
Yes.
he should also attempt to do it in public.
Really?
Yeah, show your woman, you know, attention. You know what I'm saying, in public.
Because
Be-
some people are really private like that, both men
Yeah.
and women, where it's just
Yeah.
like, you know, like for example, I know for me, in the like I will catch a hissy fit. What you don't do is you don't smack my butt in
Okay.
public. I will lose it.
You're right.
I cannot stand it.
Right.
Don't touch
See,
me
I
that.
like, but not long as it ain't hard, like a little love tap or something. I mean, I don't know.
If we,
Yeah.
I'm saying that's your experience.
Right.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if it,
But
I'm
it is
in
a level
grocery store,
of intimacy.
yeah,
though.
playfulness
Right.
is a
Right.
form of intimacy.
It
so
is.
I get that, you know.
Absolutely.
But you know what's so interesting? I would smack your butt in public.
See,
It's very
I don't
intimate.
want-
You can't do
I
it
don't
to
think
me
a
because I'll
man
be like,
want
don't do
his,
that.
does a man want his butt smacked though?
Playing around, you know, I play
Okay.
around. No, not like, he's not poking it out
I
like,
know,
like hit me right there.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm just saying
But
like,
now I'm with you though.
yeah,
I'm
if
with
you could let somebody know this doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
However, there are people who are private and they
Right.
like their intimate moments
Right,
to be
right,
private. You know what I mean?
absolutely. Oh, yeah,
but what do
definitely.
you do in a relationship where you might be fine with being public and that person is private? How do you
Right.
reconcile that?
I mean, again, that's gonna be a hell of a conversation, and just boil down to how much that mean to you.
I think just both of them should compromise. Some.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it
I
should
agree
be
on
compromised,
compromise.
and you know we definitely not. We ain't compromising on either side.
Why not?
No, I'm just saying I'm just saying just like we need to. But,
Oh,
yeah,
you're
I'm
saying
just
in general,
in
we
general,
don't.
yeah, because we don't.
Yeah.
Everybody want what they want.
Everybody wants what they
And
want.
that's why the relationships, I think, go sour so quickly
Yeah,
and so
definitely.
often. Because
Definitely.
people aren't just willing to
No.
do things a little different
No.
than what they're
That's what I'm
accustomed
saying.
to.
Shouldn't that be a part of relationship? That
It
you have
is
to
a
go in
part.
knowing
But
you're
it-
gonna
it-
have to
it-
compromise.
healthy
Yeah.
relationship.
It has to also be like you should be willing to change at that. If you go into a relationship, like you should be open for change
Exactly.
at this point, especially if you've
Yeah,
been through
that's a good point.
several relationships.
Yeah.
At this
Good point.
point, it's like, you know, like me, if I get in a relationship now and we agree that it's going to be a monogamous relationship, then that's what it's going to be.
Mhm.
'Cause
Right.
if other than that, I'm about to be 41 years,
Mhm.
41
Right.
years old. I don't gotta be in a relationship. You can't force me to do something at this point. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if I'm in a relationship and I agree this is the arrangement, then this is the arrangement.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
At this
So
point.
you're gonna adjust
So
some
if
things.
I don't want to do that, don't be in a relationship.
Good
If
point.
I'm not ready to compromise, if I'm not ready to adjust the things I know that is not right about me, that agitates most women I date, then I just need to be, by myself.
But what about people who are not, maybe in a casual relationship, right? But they are having intimate moments, like they're trusting
Right.
people with bank accounts,
Yeah.
numbers and stuff like that. Isn't that
Yeah.
sending like mixed signals?
It is.
Okay.
It is. And men are masters of that.
Yes. Yes.
In particular.
What do you mean?
Men will show you a
Mixed
side.
messages.
We are the master of mixed messages. You know what I'm saying? Purpose.
Why is that though?
Because we want our cake and eat it too, in a sense. You know what I mean? And we know that we are not going to be able to get certain things from you if we don't give something.
Yeah. That's manipulation, though.
It can be.
It is.
Well, here's the thing. If you're not doing it, I'm not doing it to get your money. I'm not doing it to, like, I'm not deceiving you necessarily. I just know as a woman, I have to deal with you on this level. I can't just take. I know that I have to give something.
It's an exchange.
It's an exchange.
Okay.
And it's not me being like, I'm a worker. So
To
I
get
can,
what you want.
just to get what I
Okay.
want without considering her feelings at all.
Right.
No, it's considering her feelings, even though I know I don't really want to be with this girl like that. However, I have to give her something. I can't just run around and be selfish.
So shouldn't we be
I'm
looking a little
confused.
deeper into that?
Because that
To
sounds
where
like
if you
leave
don't want to be,
people alone.
yeah, if you don't want to really be with that person, should you even be
Right.
physically intimate? Shouldn't we be re-examining that whole thought process anyway? Like being a little bit more careful around it. That's how you get
Well,
stuff like it's a thin line between love and hate. That movie.
That's
where
how you
y'all
get
end up
keys,
finding crazy people.
Car keys.
Well, again, that's the game that men have. That's the game men play.
Y'all know we are signing up for. Is that what you're saying?
Basically.
Oh my.
No, I disagree with that. We don't know what we signed up for. because-
No, men.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, he's like charging to the game.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
But
end
it's
up
not
bumping
healthy
into
though.
something, right?
It's not- I mean, how is
No,
that
that's
benefiting
not
a
healthy.
relationship or benefiting a
But that wasn't what I'm just asking. I'm
We answered
on
my
y'all
question.
show. I'm just
Yeah.
asking a question.
No, it's all right.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Honestly.
What allows men to lay their guards down and become more intimate with women, you think?
Oh man, again, where the person is in life, sometimes how pretty the woman is. Pretty faces can soften a man up as well, and yeah, catching a man. Women can catch men in a vulnerable space too. You know what I mean? If a man is down on his luck, you know what I'm saying? You know, when he meets that woman, you know, he could be a little bit more open and intimate about things that he normally has. A lot of men are just not open, period. So depending on where he's at in life, again, and once I'm gonna just say this because I'm kind of not.
Because what I'm hearing you say, all these examples are where a man is. I mean, can a woman do something like physically or say something
To make him,
that allows a man to put his guards down?
okay,
More
so
so than with some other women?
I would say be a good listener. I know that's generic, but be a good listener. And a man has to know. Whatever you tell him, and I want y'all to
But what
really
he tells
listen.
you?
No, whatever he tells you as the woman, that you're not gonna throw it back in his face. Especially things that are intimate and sensitive, because women will tend to do that.
To hurt you, to cut.
Right, exactly.
And
So
that would affect the intimacy.
it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. Once you violate.
So you in an intimate space, y'all talking, y'all both guards are down, you
Right.
sharing something
Absolutely.
about that you don't probably ain't shared with nobody else. And you trusted this
Look
woman
at the
with this
scene.
information.
I don't know if y'all seen Insecure.
Yes.
So the first season,
Uh-huh.
when dude revealed that he was gay at one time in his life.
Okay.
Remember that?
Yes.
And
No.
she couldn't get it past
Yep.
her. She judged him over that. Remember
Yes.
that? Well, she remembers.
I watched it,
She said
yeah.
that.
I watched
And I
that
don't
episode.
blame her for that, but that is an example.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an extreme example, but
Like we were talking about you, Jeannie, and I was talking one day, and I was telling you guys what's the difference when we were talking about if a man reveals to you that he was raped,
Right.
and how that changes how you look,
You
at,
look
him,
at him.
and you
Yeah.
would say, yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
You know, that's what happened in that episode.
Yeah, in the episode.
He just
He
was like
wasn't
he
raped,
had
though.
been with a man
He
before.
volunteered.
Yeah, he had been with a man before,
Right.
but he's saying I'm not gay, but it
Right.
had, you know.
Yeah.
And
But
so
he is
she
gay.
just was looking She
Right.
was looking at him like, I can't be with you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what I was saying
Right.
when I was asking it, what's the difference between a man being raped and a woman? And
Right.
Jeannie was trying to explain to me the difference.
Yeah.
But that's what he's.
That's an interesting dynamic. It's
Yeah.
kind of extreme too, because
No, it is an extreme. But
I'm
I'm just
wondering how many women will see that and be like, "Oh, okay, well,
What?
No, I'm just saying that.
well,
no,
know that a man has been with another man willingly,
Okay.
and then not judge him for that though."
But
a
how
lot
many-
of women are doing that.
How many
you gotta
women-
use logic.
I think both sides because I
You
think
gotta
Knowingly?
use logic. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah.
Knowingly.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna say that, because a lot of dudes pillow talk. A lot of dudes pillow talk.
What do you mean?
A lot of things
Pillow
come
talk.
out in bed in the bedroom. A lot of secrets come out.
Mhm.
So and people have things that they want to reveal to somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, so women know. A lot of women know. It's impossible to me for you to be. Women know.
Well,
Women know.
they just kind of push it in the back of their
Well,
mind.
no, they just made accept it depending on how the man presents it. You know what I'm saying? If a man presents it, all they're gonna women. Y'all are very forgiving and caring people.
Yes, we
and
are.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not trying to fluff it
No,
or nothing
that's
like
true.
that, but women are.
We can be.
Yeah, you can be. So yeah, but so I just want to stick to a man being vulnerable and revealing things about himself,
Right.
whether it's an extreme or whatever the case. But if
Right.
it's something that's close to him, you know what I'm saying, and he reveals that
Yeah.
he may have done drugs or something
Yeah,
like
right.
that, and you throw that in his face, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
he'll kill him.
yeah, that's a deep burden right there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that would definitely harm the intimacy level.
Absolutely.
What are some other things that you would say will hinder intimacy on any level?
I mean, just to keep it simple, I would just say the person's background would definitely hinder
What do you
a
mean?
person. Just what they've been through. What they've been through in their life,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, what they've been through, what they've
The
been
person
through.
that's struggling with intimacy.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay.
what they've been through in their life. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you, like when you meet a person, you like, man, what is it about them? And then you might meet a person that always sleeps on the floor, right? And then that might bother you, that they sleep on the floor, but then when you find out
Why?
that they didn't have a bed growing up. I'm extreme with cleaning, like extreme. And I had issues with other women because of that. I took a woman home to meet my mom. My mom's a hoarder. So I'm the
Oh, okay.
opposite of that.
Yeah, gotcha.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's not until you go deeper with people,
Yeah.
you understand that you further understand that. But see, here's the thing. We never take the time to go that deep.
Yeah.
You understand?
I
Yeah.
agree.
Is
I agree. Which
with
is a part of intimacy.
Which is a part of intimacy.
is weight gain and weight loss, can those be barriers to physical intimacy? And the reason
Absolutely.
why I say weight loss
Absolutely.
is because we are all black people here.
Yes.
We are all black people here, and black men have this thing with butts and
Wow,
you know.
absolutely.
And so he could meet a woman and she's fluff in that area,
Uh-huh.
and all of a sudden now she's trying to get herself healthy, and the fat is gone
Right.
from around that area. And so he's like, well, what the fuck? You know, because you'll have men say, just don't lose that butt, you know,
Yes.
and stuff like that.
Right.
So is weight gain and weight loss, can those be barriers to physical intimacy?
They can be, because I mean, a man wants
What he wants?
a man wants what he wants. It's hard to. I've been with a girl that was overweight, even though she wasn't always overweight her whole life,
Okay.
and it was definitely hard to be with an overweight woman. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just
Physical attraction.
the physical attraction.
But why
is
were
not-
you with her if that wasn't what you wanted?
Because it was other things I liked about her. It was other things I liked about her.
But it could.
And it was the circumstances of kind of what brought us
Okay,
together.
okay.
Yeah.
What was was that a circumstance
She was going
that
through-
separated you?
No.
Okay.
What far as her weight?
Yeah.
I would say why I wouldn't go further. Yeah.
Oh.
Right. But what got us cool was because she was going through something and she confided in me.
Yeah.
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 Is it
Yeah.
fair for us to judge people who comes to that determination, like, oh, that person is vain or they're shallow, because they only
Well, you
forgive-
want again. You
they're
want.
leaving someone because of their weight gain or loss.
You want what you want.
Yeah.
But like I told somebody at this point in life, and I know what I'm about to say is, you gotta just close your eyes sometimes and just deal with what you got. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds messed up, but
there are multiple other
sometimes
senses,
you gotta
right?
just close your
There's
eyes
multiple other senses like smell,
and just
touch,
imagine she
taste,
is whoever
like-
you like. That too. That too.
How long could that go on though?
Right.
How long you gonna close your eyes?
But is it not going on though? It's people not in relationships that they don't want to be in.
yes.
A lot of people.
Yeah, like most people.
And marriages.
And
period,
marriages,
yeah.
relationship, marriages.
Yeah.
I work with kids. People are always dropping their kids off at the shelter I work at. You know what I'm saying? Because they just can't deal with them. You know what I mean? And they can't close their eyes and deal with the kids.
Right.
Like they can close their eyes and deal with their man or they woman.
And close your eyes is just like saying, like
Just look past
yeah,
that.
Look past it, or
yeah.
no, even when you being intimate.
Oh.
I'm saying more so that.
Turn
You know
the
what I
lights
mean?
off?
Cut the lights off.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, hey.
Wow. Does that really like affect a man's like what is it, libido? Ability?
Libido?
Libido?
Would it affect his libido?
Yeah.
Damn right. This woman, yeah. But again, so if your lady gains a lot of weight, if you connect with her on another level, you can look past that.
Okay.
If you gain weight because you done had all my kids, you still, in my mind, look like the same woman I met.
Okay.
Because you got big because you had all my babies.
Gotcha.
You didn't get big because you was sitting home eating bonbons like Peggy Bunny.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
So it makes a difference.
It makes a
Okay.
difference.
Okay.
It makes a difference.
Okay, because I guess that will fall like into mental strength too. Because
Yeah.
some people could consider that one a sign of some weaknesses
Mhm.
somewhere versus
Right.
the other where that's just the
Right.
physicalities of
Right, or
how
just,
you make it.
just being lazy and, things of that sort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not considering the marriage, we got married and you just said to hell with it. You
Yeah.
got big.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
I think it's important that people consider each other.
Yeah.
As far as I think it's unfair for someone to say, well, I had not just have your kids, but like, okay, things happen in life. You should love me regardless.
Right.
And
Love me for who I am.
Right. Because to do that is to separate attraction from love, and it's a part of the process. You
Don't-
have to be attracted to someone
Right.
to even approach them.
But you should love the things about a person that if it happens, they can't control it. You
Yeah,
continue to love.
exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You understand
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I like
Very
I'm-
true.
I
But
like
not
that you
stuff
said
that you can
Thank you.
control.
Mhm.
Or
That's
you
what I
need to check
mean.
in with me. If you going through something where you
I
gotta
agree.
eat, you gotta check in with me, let me know what's going on. You
I
can't
agree.
just get to eating and all that and
Yeah.
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Good stuff. I agree with that. Okay, well, we have more questions, but we have an engineer today that is just, he takes no tea for the fever. And so he's going to cut us off.
But we gotta, as Doc said, everlasting life. What's that address?
Oh, yes.
9135
Yes, we are.
Central Avenue.
Central Avenue,
Address
Right.
wrong.
9185.
91.
That was the wrong address? Okay, what is it?
It's 9185.
9185.
Central
Capitol
Avenue,
Capitol
Capitol
Heights,
Heights.
Central Avenue.
Come on out,
By
get
the
that
Home
good
Depot.
old healthy food.
Yeah.
Come out.
341 Cedar Street,
341 Cedar Street, that's in
Northwest.
That's
Northwest.
Tacoma.
Is that
That's
That's
Tacoma.
Tacoma. That's
Tacoma
E-Life
Park.
in Tacoma.
E-Life in Tacoma.
Oh, you changed the name?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
1231 Good Hope Road.
1231. Oh, I go there all the time. Shout
Inside
out
the-
the Ebony.
Inside
So,
the
yeah,
Catholic
yeah.
Arts Center.
As you can hear the provost being hollered off in the background, so if you guys are in the market for some great, tasty, healthy food, oh, you have 3 locations to choose from in the DMV area. So definitely come on out and check out Everlasting Life Vegan Restaurant and Lounge by no other, the one and only. There will never be another Dr. Baruch, founder and CEO. So he's also
Awesome.
he's also our fearless engineer
And
in the
patient.
background today. Very patient. We appreciate all of that. We're gonna have to wrap this up, family, because this man has a lot of work to do. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
That was a
so
very
much.
honest conversation.
Thank you.
Thank
Very
you so much,
honest.
as usual.
Thank you.
Good stuff. So hopefully somebody can gain. So we talked about a lot of different
Yeah.
components in
We
this
did.
one thing, but I think we
And
stuck
I
on
would,
topic.
yeah, I would say, ladies, get you a friend like Demetrius.
Oh
that's
my
going to give it
gosh.
to you raw,
They don't-
so
they
you
don't-
can know how to
they don't be-
maneuver.
They give me a hard time.
How to
though.
maneuver the dating field. Yeah,
really.
everyone needs a guy like that around there.
No doubt, no doubt. Okay, so until next week, family, take care of each other out there.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.
Doc, hit that
That's
in
it.
button for us, please, on the top right-hand corner. Little X. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all
Hit, oh,
Don't
hit,
move out,
hit.
come on, don't move yet. To get this thing from
hit
under.
in.